Okay. Hi, Aro. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you. How about you?
I'm really fine. I not see you from the pandemic started. How are you? Are you visited some place or you going to a trip?
Yes, actually, I before the pandemic, I traveled to the jungle. I I visit the Cuyavenos River. So in that place, the hotel, if we call like that, it's a lodge. The lodge is a house made by but plants on something like that. So in this lodge, the people there, that is people that are guides or chefs or people, the communities that live in the jungle, are really good, are very kind. I visit the Sionas community.
Oh,
In there, the Sionas community cook for all people that went to see them. We ate kitchen, we ate cocoa, and we learned about how the community study the religions of the community and how they work.
all
For me, that was pretty nice. We swam in the grandest lake, that is a big lagoon in the Cuyabeno, and we saw a lot of animals like the dolphins, the monkeys, caimans, and we did a night walks. We saw a lot of insects in the trees. To me, was a really nice experience because in the night we saw the
right.
stars like if there was front of us. So for me, it was really nice. I met a lot of people, foreign people actually. I made friends that was from Holland, Netherlands actually. So for me, it was pretty nice. And when the trip ends, I
Yeah.
I returned to Quito because that is in the Nueva Loja. So I
All
returned to
right.
Quito in a private bus, and the trip take about like 12 hours. So it was pretty tired to me, but I really enjoyed it. So it was a really good trip, and that is that I did in the pandemic, before the pandemic.
Before the pandemic. Oh, that sounds good. It's really interesting.
Yeah, it was really good. And did you do something before the pandemic?
Before the pandemic, I stayed in USA, and I have a trip for to Canada. I visit the Niagara Falls. It's a really good trip. It's really nice the part of the Niagara Falls of the Canada state, because it's the the Niagara is more interesting in that side, in the Canada of that side of the USA. It's really cool. It's really nice because you look and you can down in a boat with pass uh, down about the falls. It's really interesting and really cool like this. Um, and the people like is more stranger because it's too because it's the place is some touristic and you have a lot of people of a lot of countries and it's really interesting. But it's really kind and really sweet people like this. I activities I did in this trip is I visit the I visit a lot of places in this. The Niagara Falls have a park of a lot of games you have to do in this place. You have a lot of places like you have the I don't have to say la rueda is
I
mm,
got it.
it's really like it's a lot of place. You have a fabric of chocolate, of maple chocolate. It's really like to taste. Um, and it's a long trip. It's a long trip because I trip for the New York, the center of New York, and go to Toronto, and the Toronto go to the Niagara Falls. It's for 12 hours to go there. 2 hours to go, 2 hours to return. And the end of the trip, I returned to Ecuador in a long trips because I have don't no, no I don't return to Ecuador because I in this before the pandemic I studied in Argentina and go to the
Okay.
state to Argentina is a long trip in the plane. And that's it. The expecting for me for the future is really to the end this career in the ESPE and learn more about to practice the English and go to other
Yeah.
country to visit a lot of place. And that's it.
Okay. I'm sorry I didn't talk about my
You're
expectations.
expecting
So
for the future, yes.
yeah, the expectations that I have for the future is that I I would like to travel again to the jungle. I would like to
Uh,
travel to the Galapagos. For me, I think that I'm gonna be in the UK in some future
okay.
because I really like that country. So yeah, I hope that I will work with a travel agency because I really like that for me, and that is why I'm study this
Okay.
career. Yeah, and that is everything. I don't have more expectations right now. I only just focus in the studies, but
Okay.
this is the things that I would like to do.
That's really interesting. I
Yeah,
hope you can make these wishes.
yeah. I hope you the same for
Yeah,
you.
yeah. And that's it.
Yeah,
I like to see you,
yeah. For me, the same.
and that's it. I like to see you in other place, in another country. It's an interesting.
The same. It's very interesting, actually.
Yeah, and for that I go to my home. Uh,
The same.
see you and
See ya.
have a nice day. Well.
Same.